What's up, everyone? Slow Time Doctor here. So hey, I wanted to take you guys through my Annihilation 2. They just, we got the weekly reset, so we're getting Orundum again. So this will be a replay of one I did earlier. And I'll take you guys through the mindset and stuff. For those of you guys still messing with this, possibly struggling. The only way to get a replay, of course, is if you can beat it yourself without friend units. Do it here. Awkward loading screen. Let's do it. That's my typical setup. Double Vanguard. It's Texas. Siege. Texas a whole lot squishier than Siege, but Texas also has a stun, so the earner plays. As soon as I get, I think it's like 26 or so, I get Sheer out. Sheer just mows down people, especially in that bottom. There's always like a 2 or more in the middle portion of the map. I don't think, most of the time I don't have to use their skills early. Even at double speed, the enemies are like, oh, go, oh. Alright, so right now, Cliff, obviously, she can solo bottom, Cliffheart. Yeah, my Cliffheart is only level 10, by the way. Amazing! And then up top there, we just got our heals. Put some heals on the bottom. Although I remember I mispositioned my healer, actually. I meant to put her in the Hex Wreck to the right of that. So what's pretty much happening is she's covering these guys, and then when she gets here, she'll cover all of them. The guys will come down here, and they'll be pelting her the whole time, so if I don't have her covered, I gotta take her out. But there's Shira. I don't even bother using her skill here, because she's still mowing them down. These are just like the fodder units. Oh, and then it's Platinum in the back. Her range right now, it cuts off right around here. But once she gets a full bar, like right there, it expands one range, so she goes up. Moving on up. Avengers, assemble! Up top there. I got my healer positioned properly this time. This first portion with Amiya, I just promoted her, by the way. But she's just gonna wail on people that come from the front for a little while. I actually take her out at some point and reposition her. Before you guys start with it. What? You're Elite 2 Amelia, you noob? Amelia is basically my only spell damage aside from and Shirayuki down there. Well, and when Shira ults. You're wondering. When you get her max, it's 70% of arts damage. With the times. Avengers still standing up. Oh, here they come. Down they go. Alright, so now these guys. Shira just takes care of 5. And those guys, anyone that can do offense in this game when they come out in packs of 4 or more, they're dangerous. They can actually, if they're synced up, they can totally kill you. Any unit, well, except your tank units. But they could just overwhelm the healing, especially if there's other stuff going on, depending on if you have AoE healing or not. Here comes Bioshock. So when I see multiples of the offensive units like that, I usually hit Shira's ult just to take them out ASAP because they can kill her. You know, if there's too many of them and healers distracted doing other stuff, even with AoE heals, it happens. But sure is a lot tankier than she used to be, though. But definitely for you guys that are starting this up, be aware. The bottom row especially. I was actually surprised when I was playing this map, right guys? I usually like to get my CP to say 300. In this map, I think I actually got it over 500. I'll have to fact check that later. Someone gets Snopes. I heard her ulti again because I see not only there are a bunch of dudes coming, but you know, a bunch of bombers coming from the bottom. Excuse me, range units, snipers especially, they'll always focus on flower units first. So it causes some chaos. Chaos. If there's a bunch of stuff running at the same time, especially tankier units. I think we're getting close to seeing Cliff Heart work her magic here. Yeah, there's a Mia up top, smashing these guys. Huge ulties of Mia up there. Okay, this is a little trick I like to do. I got rid of a Mia up top. Now these guys, they'll kill themselves if you happen to have her and Hoshi and you put her Thorns Aura up. So then that way you don't have to worry about them. Because what can usually happen is a bunch of bombers will start running and these guys will be pelting whatever your most forward unit is. Eventually, because they stick around a long time. You'll see this one up top stick around. And then I just leave Hoshi there. She's not even trying to block anybody. She's just distracting the bombers for a bit. And so Mia's cooldown was up, so now I face her forward. I need her to face forward because a lot of the mobs from top, they're gonna be invisible. And then they're also gonna start running those elite guys that can't be tanked, they just run right by. Big Cliff Heart. So in that case, I need her DPS in front. And that way, get some extra damage, and the tankier guys are coming as well. Her spell damage is going to be core for those of us who don't have Ifrit or Aija or... I forget the other girl's name, Sunflare, whatever the hell. It's getting to the point now with my draws, guys. I might actually have to build like a not so high tier magic DPS. Here come the elite guys. So right there I hit I made sure to hit Exu's ulti. If you don't know. He's 4 times in a row. I'm close to upgrading her, I just need her to get the levels. I'm not generating. She needs to be like level 80 and she's like level 53, so... Probably gonna be 4 or 5 days since I'm farming event. So right here is what I was talking about, where you can get overwhelmed by these little TNT dudes. Da-na-na, da-na-na. Or anytime I think the front line. Because keep in mind, Texas really isn't that tanky. And then Siege is pretty tanky, but she's still not a defender. But like the difference between that guy hitting Siege and Texas probably takes like 2/3 of her health. Alright, so this is really important. I'll pause it for this. You notice I hit her ulti right away, Shira. One of the reasons she's up here is so she can pelt these long-range units. These guys, the longer they attack you, eventually they just like, you know, shonen you. Like the shonen character fails 1,000,000 times and then eventually they just one-shot you. That's what those guys are, especially this dude in the red. He ramps up quicker than these dudes in the yellow. So that's why, unfortunately, Shira's getting distracted a lot. But that's fine, like I want her to pelt this red guy as much as possible. Ujamiya ults today. The dude in red right now, he's like, I thought this was Naruto. Shurikens don't work in Naruto. Kidding. Those flyers, by the way, they're offensive, so that's why you don't see me put too many units up top in the front lines, because that combined with the sword guys get to you quicker and the bomb guys and some of the tanky dudes, that could overwhelm you pretty quick if you don't have your stuff in control. Some people can still run it, but I just choose to let them come to me. You see, we're trying to kill these red guys before they even get close to us. And that's a lot of damage you gotta put out for this right now. Like right around 330. You gotta be going through a fair amount of tanky stuff. They're distracting you with the flyers. The swordsmen are coming. Amelia finally got one. Oh yeah! See Texas's health there. Wah. Oh, I thought she died there. Oh, you know what? She did die when I played it through. I guess on the replay she survived barely. Funny. So on these elite casters, they do AoE damage, and they got the red on. Anytime you see red in this game, well, maybe not that guy, but usually when you see red in this game, it's bad. Dangerous, I guess, is the easiest way to say it. And there's also one of the red Naruto dudes hanging out at the top. Get down here eventually, but that's another reason why I got Shira up there. Also, Perfumer, really underrated healer right here, guys. She heals people for... She's AoE, but she also heals people for a percentage of her attack. Everyone on the map, really good against poison units. You see a little aura. Perfumer aura right here. But yeah, you see Shira's just making mincemeat out of these guys. I also have to use Shira to carry me most of the time on Big Bob. See if she's up for the challenge when Elite comes out. And this last rush here. If I didn't pretty much kill most of those casters, this would have been really chaotic right here. Like even with as tanky as my guys are. And luckily we got most of them. Yeah, eventually that red dude can one-shot anybody. But Hoshi's on the case. Of course, Silver Ash, MVP, doing damage everywhere. Like he can pretty much cover all that. So people coming from down, people coming from the top, and then four squares ahead. And there you have it, sir. So 536 CP at the end. A little bit crazy. But so that's how it works. Cliff holds down bottom. Get your vanguards hanging out, generating points. They can serve as early tanks for a while. Hoshi and Gumi when it counts. Silver Ash the whole game. Both my healers were deployed, and then all my snipers did amazing. And Ami, when she got her ulti off right, she did really good. She did her role. And in the mirror, Texas? Kidding, just kidding. Slap me. Anyways. That's all there is to it, guys. So you farm it like that, pretty much you'll be done in 5 runs. The weekly Oridum here. So figured I'd share that with you guys. Account's going well, still farming out event. So I haven't started on Guarani yet. But I did buy out most of currency as far as experience, money, Akiton, I got that for a skill up. Still gotta buy most of this stuff out, but got the permits. Got a whole bunch of the materials for Exu and Shira and Amiya's upgrade. I'm just working on Exu's levels right now. And got a little bit of this decor here to let my units can stop being tired. Everything's going well, so right now we're just waiting on the next part of event to show up, and good, so... real quick, I'll show you guys my units if you want to see what's going on. This is pretty much the squad that did that battle. Probably the lowest is Gumi overall. But Amiya just got Elite 2, Shira's at Elite 2, everyone else is hanging out at Elite 1. Exu's gonna be my next Elite 2. If I can put it together, I'm gonna try to get Silver Ash after that, but we'll see how it works. His mats are crazy. Pretty much what it is. Perfumer, slow down her attack, or slow down, but her having 210 bonus attack, that also figures into her AoE heal that goes off every second, so pretty awesome stuff there. I didn't take Prag in that one, actually. For sure. Silver Ash, you know, just do his 1 and you're fine, but you can get his 3. Pedo, the cool thing about Pedo is when she does this in Kefalin, it does a heal channel. She doesn't have to necessarily heal by herself. She does AoE heal, and it just channels the entire time. Her range expands too. It's pretty awesome. And then Siege. Siege is just generating points. You notice I was making fun of Texas earlier. Siege, she is 1 star higher, so that's one thing to keep in mind. But she has these stats: 1474 health, 302 defense. Texas, she's rocking that 255 defense, 1258 health. And they're just about the same, 50-50, so it's just a difference between stars. Platinum, the cool thing about Platinum, she does more damage the longer her attack is. That's why these talents reduce her attack. But her attack goes up, and then her passive is, she can do up to, I forget, I think it's like 80% so more damage if it's a 2.5 second interval between her attacks. Something similar to that. Amelia, like I said, I just got her up. The reason I didn't run Amelia's 3 is because it forces her to retreat. But if you really need to kill something, that's there for you. And it's pretty badass. Shira, like I said, we're running her spinning shurikens. She can't be promoted anymore. Gumi, she was only down a little bit, but if she's down for a while, I can get her to cook and heal. Like a bastard of the, I forget her name, the A rank unit. Flipfire, like I said, only level 10. I don't really need her to be higher than that. Maybe for some later levels, because I know her second skill can actually pull multiple people. But we don't need it for this Annihilation, so she does a good enough job there. Nice cheap unit. If you haven't built your pushers and your pullers like Shaw, definitely build them. And then Texas, she's mostly there for her stun. 10 DP, decent amount of damage, and then a 2-second stun. And a pretty wide radius there. That's pretty much what I had going on with that squad, guys. Anyways, let me know how you guys are doing. How's your event going? Farming? Yada, 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 yada. Yeah, see you guys later.